Hi, Departer here. I know you haven't heard from me in a long time. I had a lot of stuff going on and I'm getting back into the Word again. So I didn't forget you guys. I'm always there. Well, not always there, but you know what I mean. I have an 8-year-old.
Hi.
Anyway, I know my eyes are red, but I had to get this out. I was in a store today. It was like Walmart. And I was in a long line, and this gentleman in front of me had all these. He had a biker vest on, like a leather vest on the back, had some like logo or something going on with the biker club that he was in. And then on his big arms, he had he it was just a vest, but his arms were bare, and had all these tattoos on his arm. And I looked at them things, and I just kept staring at them because um, whoever did it did a very good job. But it's only one thing. They were of demons, demonics, the devil, and all of that. But it was very well done. And so he was standing in front of me, and I just kept staring. I said, I had to open my mouth because it's a long line, and we got plenty of time to stand there. I'm like, wow. I said, who's the artist? They did a real good job. And he turned around. He was showing him his arm. He goes, yeah, they did a real good job there. He looks like one of those Duck Dynasty ZZ Top looking guys with the beard. I said, boy, it looks so real. And he was saying, yeah, he did a really good job. And then on up his arm, up on top of here, had a big pentagram. And I'm like, it was beautifully done. It's a pentagram. I don't know if you guys know what a pentagram is. It looks like a star, but it represents all kinds of evil. But he had that, and he had all these demons crawling up the arm and hanging out, with the teeth out and all that. So I said, well, it's great. And he says, then he's rubbing it. He says, I regret I did this. And I'm like, well, some people, they get toasted, and then all of a sudden, people get drunk and they go in there and get tattoos and stuff. And he says, no, it was nothing like that. I was wide awake when had this done. And he said, I wished I hadn't got it. He says, these things now creeps me out. Now creeps me out. It was both arms. He had big arms too. And he says, I swear these things, they move. And then he says, it's not that. He says, I hear like they're talking to me at night, my arms. Now, I didn't think nothing of it. That was like months and months ago. And today, as I was flipping through my phone, I kind of came to a YouTube channel, and I'm going to post it, where it says, be careful of tattoos. And he says, these demonic tattoos and stuff, these people that inks you up like that, and there's a tattoo festival coming up right here in, I think it's in Tampa somewhere. It's a big tattoo thing. You got to be careful. You get that stuff on you, it's an open door for demonics to come through. Now, one thing I did understand, and I wrote it down, demonics don't care. Demons don't care about artwork. All they're looking for is the sigil. They call them sigils, or they call them, symbols for legal rights over you. So when this guy was sitting there in line saying that, I hear whispers at night, and these things seem to be moving on my arm. And he says, I don't want to talk about it. And this is a big guy. We're not talking about somebody that's a mousy kind of, no. This is a big guy that probably can knock everybody out in that line. But when he gets scared enough to say that, that these things are now scaring him, they're giving them the heebie-jeebies, it's like, oh my goodness. And he was saying, well, I tried seeing if I can get it retatted, but the artwork is exquisite. It looks like a Rembrandt, on his arm. I mean, like the real people, like the reaching out, touching the hand of God. It's that kind of artwork on his arms. It was just beautiful, but they were demonic. It goes back to that again. And he said, I could get it covered up, but, that's a lot to cover, both arms. And then he said he can't get it retatted. And then he was saying, well, I could get it laser. They can take a laser and laser it off. But that's going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars to get that done. You open yourself up with these evil tattoos. And only that, I used to drive a school bus. Okay, I'm retired now, thank God. But I just retired last year, so that was it. But I used to see kids come in, and I thought it was just a drawing on the arm with a pen, and you can take alcohol and wipe it off or whatever. And they said, no, look at his tattoo. Oh, it's cool. And I go back in the back of the bus and let me see what he's talking. The guy pulls up his sleeve, his little skinny arm, and he has a pentagram on it, a ram's head, with the horns in it, and the devil with his tongue out. And I'm like, no. He said, what's wrong? I said, why'd you get that? He said, it makes me feel tough. When kids ready to get in a fight and he pulls it up and they see that he said that they stop. And he said the guy that did the tattooing told him that if you get these, nobody won't bother you. Lord have mercy. You're opening yourself up to this evil spirits for them. They don't care about artwork. If you got what they want to see on your arm, they have legal rights to step in. There's nothing, you can turn your life over to Christ. But if you don't know how to do that, then you're just stuck with these evil spirits just on you. I'll leave links in the description in the bottom of my thing so that you can understand this is nothing to be played with. I see girls used to come on the bus and in their eyes, they were like gothic girls. They all sat at the back of the bus when I pick up the school. And they have upside down crosses underneath their eyes, black. Now, I know it wasn't tattooed on there. They waited till the mother go out or they get out of the house. And then they all make this black upside down crosses coming down like this under their eyes. And they have all got the black lipstick and the black eyeshadow and the black this. All wearing black, like gothic, And they said it makes them look cool. Kids won't bother them. Nobody won't touch them. They think we're witches. And that girl says, well, we do spells. And I said, oh, what kind? I just asked. White spells. Not dark stuff, but the white. It doesn't matter. One thing leads to another and to another. They're just opening themselves up. So Halloween is around the corner.
I hate Halloween.
She's a good girl.
It's the devil's birthday.
Yeah, that's what she was told. The devil's birthday, but it's not the birthday. He was kicked out. But anyway, don't do it, okay? Your body is the temple of the Lord. Oh. And if you sit there and spray paint inside of a building, you mar it all up. If you have one, ask for forgiveness. Don't get any more and be sorrowful with it, very sorrowful. And the Lord will forgive you for that. And don't get no more tattoos.
So, okay? Before you turn off the video, I have a question to ask. Why did the high schooler or middle schooler just get a tattoo? He's too young to get one.
I guess one of his friends gave it to him. They have some kind of a little thing there. And I said that he's too young to even have one. The middle schoolers did. The high schoolers, if you're 18, I guess if you walk into a tattoo parlor, you have the money to pay for it, they will do it.
And basically, all of the spells are basically a dark spell.
Many a times these people, and I saw this other thing on YouTube, they know what they're doing. This guy was in prison. He's in prison, but he's great with tattoos. And he says these gangs will come by and rough him up like, give me a tattoo, give me a tattoo, you know. And he'll do it. He'll give him a tattoo. But only one thing. The ink that he's using will cause cancer. Let me tell you again. The ink that he's using will cause cancer. So when they want their eyes tattooed up and want the face and all the skull and all that, he knows what he's doing. He says they're roughing me up, but they're dying. In 3 to 4 years, they'll have cancer and they'll die. Or the C word. Okay? Got to be careful. And then you got people that'll do it. And then they'll put a sigil. It's called a sigil. Look that up. You look everything else up. They put that on your arm somewhere inside of the figure. And that draws in that negative power of demonics. And you're open again. So stay away from tattoos. And if you got one, ask the Lord for forgiveness. And He's faithful and just to forgive you of your sins. And go sin no more. Don't get no more of them. But be careful. Don't get them if you can't. But I'll leave links down there. And you will see in the Bible where it says it. And I'll leave you those 2 places. I looked and I saw that. The Potter out.
Bye.
I'll see you guys later. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall always continually be in my mouth. Out.